What's going on, everyone? Chris Mack coming at you today with the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Last Ronin armored action figure. If you guys want to grab this thing, please, first and foremost, as I always say, support your local comic shop or where they get your action figures and comics and grab it. If not, it is currently available on Big Bad Toy Store. Love that they use the comic book artwork here. Just looks great, especially all the violent paintbrush strokes there to make the nunchucks look like they're spinning. Last Ronin text. Ninja Turtle looks awesome with that red sun in the background. Logo there looks great with the faux tear. Just that little Nickelodeon logo just kills it for me, but we'll just move on past that. This is the artwork from the first issue, and it just beautiful work there. On the back, you get really cool product shots of ideas of how you can pose your turtle or do action figure photography. There is a read-up. I'll make sure to get a close-up so you guys can check it out at your convenience. Come back around to this side, and I love that there is more comic book art as we see the turtle going against this dystopian New York City. Just great artwork all around. I'm not sure if this is Eastman and Waltz or not. Let me know down in the comments. I'm not 100% sure. On the bottom, I love that they make sure to give credit to everyone that worked on the artwork, on the packaging and everything else. Just a great way to give a shout out to everyone that worked hard to make this thing look beautiful. Crack it open, and of course you get to see what your figure looks like, so you're not making sure that you're getting a turd, because that's happened way too many times in the past, with this awesome plethora of accessories, which we'll go over in just a moment. Another great product shot of the figure, so you can get ideas of how you want to set up your Ninja Turtle. Now, with all that gushing aside, is this thing worth a flip or not? Let's dive in and get a closer look at it. Backstory on this character. The Last Ronin is a 5-issue comic book miniseries published by IDW from October of 2020 to April of 2022. It was written by Kevin Eastman and Tom Waltz, based on a story that was conceived by both Eastman and Peter Laird. Kevin Eastman revealed that the story was inspired by an old outline that he and Peter Laird wrote way back in 1987. Here's a quick synopsis if you haven't read it. In a dystopian future, New York City is ruled by Oroku Hiroto, the grandson of the Shredder and son of Kairai, I believe is how you pronounce your name, who runs the city with ruthless fascism and totalitarian control. The last surviving turtle embarks on a mission to avenge his fallen brothers by taking down Oroku Hiroto, the heir of the turtle's greatest enemy. We've covered the entire series before, so I will leave a playlist card here at the end so you guys can check it out if you want to dive deeper into the story. Now, heads up. Spoilers ahead if you haven't read The Last Ronin. On making Michelangelo the Ronin, Tom Waltz stated the simplest answer is that Mikey was the brother we figured nobody would expect. The happy-go-lucky party dude turned Rambo? What? Raph seemed too obvious. Leo wasn't far behind. And Donnie felt like he'd go the tech revenge route. We really wanted this to be a grunts story. Plus, Kevin loved the idea that Mikey, the first ninja ever drawn, would also be the last to survive. So if you haven't read it, highly recommend it. And this figure just definitely hits on all the right cylinders. So let's look at all the accessories that he comes with. He does come with the grabbing hand, which I'm thankful that you can actually grab the remaining sai that he has, which of course, trying to do it on camera is nigh impossible, because it makes you look silly. But you get the concept. You can work it in there and put it between like Raph used to do. He comes with more of a resting hand. He also comes with 2 punching hands. And I love that they made sure that the gray matches with the, the wrist guards. It just has that really dirty look about it. He comes with 2 head sculpts, and what I like is the one that comes in the packaging. We have the hood, which I wish was cloth. It's hard plastic, but you can take it off, and there's a peg for the back, which I like is because it's a dual function, because it comes with another bandana tie that you can port in. So you kind of get more of a serious, and then you kind of get more of an angry, and of course, more of a, if you want to make him look like he's running. And then of course, they're adjustable, which I'm thankful for. I wish they were cloth, but the soft plastic works nonetheless. The greens, I just love how they made sure that in both the comics and this action figure that the colors are really dialed down, because it's a very grim, brutal story. So not a whole lot of happiness there. But I love the grains to make it show that Michelangelo is really old by this point, kind of like an old man Logan type story. He also comes with these cool goggles, which I think the only time they ever use these is in flashbacks when he's actually leaving because let's see, hold on, my brain's Shredder is Oroku Saki and Hamato Yoshi, the Yoshi clan, after all his brothers passed away. So you never really see it in color if memory serves correctly. So let me port this bandana out and let's see if we can do this on camera. It's kind of a pain in the ass. You really have to kind of futz with it to get it to stay because it wants to just pop off, and it doesn't look too bad. When you have more time to do, photography or whatnot, you can futz with it more, but it goes right over the mask. And I just like the little red glares. It just kind of gives like that old Frank Miller style, which is what inspired Eastman when he did a lot of the, the sketches for the Turtles. Comes with Donnie's bow staff. And again, I love that the weapons just look grimy and dirty. Now for this, the weapon storage, there's 2 holes in the back. There's a tiny one and a huge one. I recommend, because this is on a soft rope, and you don't want that to snap because then you are going to have one hell of a time. So warm these up. The bow goes in the smaller one. Take it from the top and just kind of twist it in like so that you get the bow to chill. The next accessory is I smack the camera as per usual. One of Leo's katanas. I wish that we would have, because there's a point where it gets broken. I wish we would have got a broken version as well. But still the gold hilt, that nice sheen of silver. And it just looks the way a katana should. Very beautiful piece. Comes with a scabbard. And kind of has that old worn look about it. Fits in quite well. And you take the scabbard, bigger hole, and there you go. Weapon storage in that regard. Now the next weapon he comes with, we just kind of looked at, was the Sai. Raphael's always my favorite, so I'm glad that these things are really dangerous looking. Now, help me out here. I've been told that a Sai is supposed to be more like a pressure point weapon. So it always trips me out when Turtles when I see it sharpened, because every Sai that I've ever seen has been nubbed off, and I don't know if that's just for practice. Let me know, because I'm not 100% sure, but that sheen on there looks great. Handle and the hilt looks great. He has a thing there, bloop. And then of course he has one of his nunchakos or nunchucks, whatever you want to call them. And I'm glad that it's a chain and not some cheap ass plastic. They look great. And I'm glad that they made these small enough so if you go into his back, it's one of these. I think it's this bigger one here in the back. Yeah, there it is. So you can port that in there. Now there's another doodad here, and I'm not 100% sure which one goes here. Because, I mean, we have the Billy Club, and that thing is massive. It's great for photography, but I don't see it fitting there. You could probably put the katana there. He also comes with... Now, if there's an actual, Japanese name for what this grappling hook's supposed to be, let me know. But look at the way that thing sheens, and I love the dirty old rope that they decided to add for it. Just looks cool. You kind of just work the rope into his hand, and it looks like he's getting ready to go to town. So that's a nice little addition. Of course, be careful, because it's not that tightly wound, so you don't want it to rip, and that's always one of my most reluctant feelings with a lot of these accessories. Now, I think this, I'm not 100% sure where this was in the comics, so if you guys know, let me know. But I think this is supposed to be either a smoke bomb, or it looks like a thermonuclear device like they used in Star Wars. And this thing is super freaking small and easy to lose, so be damn careful. But I love all the little designs that they put on with that little red dot at the top. He comes with 4. I'm just going to show one because I can't fit them all in my hand. Comes with 4 shurikens or ninja stars. And of course the sheen looks great on them. Nice stuff there. So for the price point that you get for this Ninja Turtle and all the accessories, it is freaking phenomenal, man. I mean, look at everything that we got, and at least get a good majority of all the accessories strapped onto him. The way that you're going to pose him on a shelf or do action figure photography with all this stuff is going to look absolutely freaking spectacular. All the hands, it really, I can't say it gives Mezco because Mezco is really in depth, but it's really for the people that are kind of on a budget. NECA is really doing a damn good job with the Ninja Turtles. Here's a little trip down memory lane. So here's our badass, gritty Ronin Turtle. Here's the OG 1989 Playmates Raphael. This is the, which one is this? Is the 1990 Mike the Sewer Surfer. This is the 1991 movie star Leo, and this is the 1991 head-dropping Donatello. And I remember when all these turtles came out, I always made sure to get this set. So there's a few of them, like the ones that had the swimming legs. Ugh, I bought Donnie and I hated it. The same with the ones where you open up the turtle compartment. I was not a fan of these. I liked this one just because, you know, it made sense that the head would pop because they're turtles. And plus, too, just to have another set of Ninja Turtles. I've played every single one of these to death, so I cannot say that my turtles are in mint condition, especially the OG ones. I have different versions of him. This one is the OG, because when they first came out in '89, they had the squishy head. And if memory corrects, if memory serves me correctly, I was, 89. I was about 5 or 6. And there was this kind of like goth dude that lived in my neighborhood. And, you know, he's getting older. He's probably like 15 or something like that. And he gave me the blister pack full of the original Ninja Turtles, the Kenner's Superpowers Green Lantern. But that's how I got Shredder, Splinter, and the 4 turtles, and this is one of them. And you can see that he was very well loved. Raph has always been my favorite turtle, so this one got a lot of play in it. The Mikey, I never really played with this one when I was a kid. I just thought he looked cool. But yeah, I mean, you couldn't put him in the bathtub because the decal would come off. And thankfully, I checked. I still have all the accessories. I just thought that was pretty badass. And I don't know, Mikey looking like a sewer surfer with his flippers and all that jazz. It's just good stuff. Plus, too, the only reason I bought this wave one was for the Donatello in disguise. I got all of them, though sadly I lost a lot of my pieces to my Space Raph. Again, Raph being my favorite turtle, but thankfully I got the dome and the gun. So I just wish I still had the stupid cable that goes into his spacesuit. But this one was fun to just put on the shelf. I mean, it got the little sewer sharks or whatever they're supposed to be coming out of his bandanas. Just good stuff all around. And then these, the movie star ones, these were based off of The Secret of the Ooze. And one thing that I always hate about Leonardo is this, I mean, you could straighten these out, but they always get bent because where he puts his katanas, it always bent inward. I got to see if I can warm those up and straighten those out. Because every time I pulled the katanas out since I was a kid, it always bends the damn blades and it takes forever. But still, having these and looking at where we've been and where we are now, oh my goodness, guys. I mean, I can see why Eastman and all them said that Raph would have been the too obvious choice. Because, I mean, there was even I don't remember what comic it was. It was one of the earlier ones. And it shows like this alternate future where there's like a turtle that looks just like the Ronin living in the swamp, and it's Raph, and Raph has to fight his future self. I don't remember what comic book that is, but geez, look at these guys. It just brings back a lot of good memories for me. The turtles have always been my favorite. I do, and I know I'm probably getting a lot of flack for this, but I do feel like they're oversaturated now, and it burns me out a little bit. But when I get down into it and just remember when I was a kid, it just makes me one little happy camper that I have all of these action figures. I do want to find the Last Ronin Raphael, though, because he did look kick-ass in issue 2. Leo and Donatello, but Mike, of course, I had to have him because he was the star of the comic. The one where Raph goes against Kari, Splinter's daughter, and they end up essentially almost killing each other. Well, she kills Raph, and then she's got put in a coma. If you guys haven't read the comic, spoilers. But yeah, it's a rough battle to see Raph finally just unleash. And it makes sense, too, since he, in the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, he was the one that delivered the message to Shredder that Hamato Yoshi's heirs were basically coming after Orokosaki clan. So guys, who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? What's your favorite Ninja Turtle comic? What's your favorite Ninja Turtle cartoon? What are some of your most favorite memories of the Ninja Turtles? How are you going to display these on a shelf? Are you going to do them by a series, by your favorites? Are you going to do action figure photography? Snap some photos and share us with them over on the on the socials. I haven't had enough coffee today. We'd love to talk with y'all and hear all of your stories of growing up with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This figure is quite epic, y'all. I remember when The Last Ronin was announced, I was reluctant. But after reading it, loving what they decided to do, and then seeing NECA release this figure, I was like, hell yeah. But if you guys know where I could pick up the Raphael one, that's the only other one that I really want, and I cannot find it anywhere. But for the time being, I'm glad to have the armored version of the way he looked in issue 1. So if you guys have enjoyed what you've seen with this action figure, as I always say, please first and foremost support your local comic shop or wherever it is like to get your action figures and comics. If not, you can check out the places we talked about at the beginning of the review. Speaking of, if you enjoyed this review, really would appreciate if you take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Helps the channel more than you can possibly know. And if you don't mind hitting that fancy little mutagen bell next subscribe, that way I continue to upload content, you guys get notified, come to the channel. And as always, I love hearing your thoughts and feedback down in the comments or the socials, which I'll make sure that the links down in the description. So with all that said, photo slideshow coming up next. Hope y'all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, everyone.